Good evening, my friend. Before we begin, I want you to set aside everything you think you know about wealth, success, and financial creation. Because the truth is simple. You've been misled. Not intentionally, not maliciously, just passed down misunderstandings repeated so many times they've begun to sound like fact. You've been taught that money is external, that it lives out there in jobs, markets, systems, and lucky breaks. You've been told that wealth belongs to the chosen few, the well-connected, the unusually gifted. You've been conditioned to see money as something you chase, strive for, exhaust yourself trying to earn. But tonight, I want to cut through every layer of noise that has kept you blind to your own power. Wealth is not outside of you. It never has been. Everything you've been seeking in the world is born first in the quiet architecture of your inner reality. Your thoughts, your assumptions, your emotional patterns, your unwavering sense of what is possible. The struggle begins only when you forget this. So I'm asking you to listen differently now. Not casually, not skeptically, but deeply, beneath the level of words, into the part of you that already recognizes truth when it hears it. Because tonight is not about learning something new. It's about remembering something ancient within you. Your ability to create, attract, and invite abundance with the power of your own consciousness. Take a breath. Settle in. Let the noise fall away. Your real wealth conversation begins now. Let's go deeper into the root of why most people never experience the level of wealth they deserve. It's not because they're incapable. It's not because opportunities never come their way. It's not because the world is unfairly stacked against them. The greatest barrier to wealth is far more subtle and far more pervasive. It's the collection of invisible beliefs you absorbed long before you ever questioned them. From childhood, society plants ideas about money with the precision of a farmer sowing seeds. Parents, teachers, relatives, and authority figures, all passing down their own fears and limitations as if they were universal truths. You hear phrases like, money doesn't come easy, be realistic, that's for people like them, and we can't afford that. Not once or twice, but over and over, until these ideas settle into the foundation of your identity. You don't realize it, but you're shaped by the emotional tone of your household, how your parents reacted to bills, how they spoke when money ran low, how they felt when wealth was mentioned. Those reactions become your reactions. Their fear becomes your fear. Their ceiling becomes your ceiling. Entire cultures do this, too. Some glorify struggle as virtue. Others equate wealth with greed. Some teach that wanting more is selfish, that success must be earned through suffering, or that money corrupts the good people. But here's the truth most never stop to examine. None of these beliefs are laws. They're inherited stories. Stories built by people who accepted the limitations given to them. When you recognize that your financial expectations are hand-me-downs, not reflections of your true potential, you free yourself to choose differently. Wealth is not a destiny. It's not a privilege. It's not predetermined. It's a construct of consciousness. And constructs can be rewritten. Now that we've exposed the inherited myths, we can finally speak about the truth most people never learn. Your consciousness is the engine of wealth creation. Not your job. Not the economy. Not luck, talent, or connections. Those are simply the channels through which your inner state expresses itself, but they are not the source. The real source is you. Every outcome in your financial life begins as a subtle movement within your mind. A belief you hold, an assumption you accept, a story you repeat, a feeling you allow yourself to inhabit. Consciousness is not passive. It is creative. It is constantly shaping, selecting, and reorganizing your reality to match the state you dwell in most consistently. When you imagine something vividly, when you assume it to be possible, when you feel its truth before it exists, your inner world starts restructuring itself. New ideas emerge. New patterns of behavior unfold. Your perception sharpens. Opportunities that once blended into the background suddenly stand out. This is not magic. It is the natural consequence of aligning your internal frequency with the life you want to experience. Compare this with old mental patterns, states rooted in worry, scarcity, fear, and doubt. Those states generate hesitation. They create tunnel vision. They make you overlook possibilities, dismiss chances, and sabotage the very progress you hope to make. You can't expect abundance while living in the emotional climate of lack. The inner state always wins. But when you shift into a consciousness of possibility, ease, and expectation, you activate a very different version of yourself. The version who sees solutions, embraces risks, and naturally moves toward expansion. Everything changes the moment you realize this. Wealth isn't something you pursue, it's something you express. An expression starts from within. Let's ground this in something people often overlook. Your brain is not a passive observer of your thoughts. It is an active participant. Modern neuroscience has confirmed what ancient spiritual teachings hinted at for centuries. Your brain responds to imagined experiences almost identically to real ones. When you vividly picture a scenario, your nervous system fires as though the event is unfolding in real time. Neurons that would activate during an actual experience begin to light up during a simulated one. This is how athletes rehearse victories before ever competing, how musicians master pieces before touching their instruments, and how visionaries build futures long before they exist. To see this in action, try something simple. Imagine holding a steaming cup of cocoa on a cold morning. Feel the warmth spreading through your hands. Smell the sweetness rising with the steam. Sense the contrast between the cool air on your skin and the heat radiating from the cup. If you pay attention, you can feel your body responding. Your muscles soften, your breath deepens, your mind shifts states. That physical response is proof. Your brain cannot distinguish between vividly imagined reality and physical reality. This is the bridge between spirituality and psychology. Spiritual teachings talk about feeling the wish fulfilled. Psychology talks about neuroplasticity, your brain's ability to rewire itself based on repeated mental experiences. They are describing the same phenomenon from different perspectives. Every time you imagine abundance with intensity and sensory detail, you're not daydreaming. You're training your nervous system to normalize wealth, to expect it, to move toward it. You're dissolving old neural pathways of scarcity and constructing new ones of possibility. Your imagination is not escapism. It is rehearsal. It is programming. It is creation in its earliest, most potent form. And it's happening inside you right now. Inside every person, whether they realize it or not, there exists an internal wealth thermostat, a subconscious set point that determines how much money feels normal, safe, or expected for them. This set point isn't logical. It isn't based on your dreams. It's shaped by your past, the environment you grew up in, the income levels you've been exposed to, the emotional tone that surrounded money in your early life. And here's the surprising part. When your external income begins to rise above that internal setting, your subconscious mind often works to pull you back down to what feels familiar. You hesitate on good opportunities. You make impulsive purchases. You procrastinate. You, accidentally, disrupt your own momentum. It's not because you're incapable, it's because your thermostat is doing exactly what it was programmed to do. Keep you in the range you're used to. But just like any thermostat, it can be adjusted. Your financial set point is not permanent. It's not destiny. It's simply an outdated program running in the background of your consciousness. Once you become aware of it, once you begin deliberately choosing new thoughts, new assumptions, and new emotional states around money, you start raising that internal temperature. And when your inner thermostat shifts, your outer world follows. Before we go any further, I want you to give yourself permission to experience something powerful. Not tomorrow. Not when the conditions are right. Take a slow breath in, and let your shoulders drop as you exhale. Feel the weight you've been carrying, financial worries, old stories, expectations, begin to loosen their grip, even if just a little. Now, close your eyes if you can. Imagine waking up tomorrow morning in a reality where everything has shifted in your favor. The moment your eyes open, there is a calm certainty in your chest, a quiet knowing that your financial life is no longer defined by fear or limitation. Feel that. Not the idea of it, the sensation. Picture yourself walking into your kitchen, sunlight filling the room. Notice how your body moves when it's not tense, not bracing for the next bill or obligation. There's a softness, a steadiness, a grounded confidence. Now see yourself opening your banking app or looking at a statement. But this time, instead of anxiety, there's a slow, rising warmth, relief, gratitude, empowerment. You see numbers that reflect expansion, not struggle. Let your body respond to that image. Let it feel real. Shift to a different moment. Imagine making a purchase without checking the price. Not recklessly, but from a place of calm certainty. Your breath remains steady. Your mind stays uncluttered. There is no guilt, no second-guessing. Just ease. Now imagine someone you care about coming to you with a need, and you helping them effortlessly. Feel the joy of giving from overflow, not sacrifice. Feel how natural it is to be the version of you who has more than enough. Hold that version of yourself in your mind. The posture, the expression, the energy radiating from them. That is not fantasy. That is a preview of who you become when your inner state aligns with wealth. Take one more breath. Let that feeling settle into your body. When you open your eyes, remember this. You just experienced a reality your mind is fully capable of creating. And every shift begins with a feeling, just like the one you allowed in this moment. There is a profound difference between hope, wishful thinking, and true belief, and understanding this difference is essential to creating lasting wealth. Hope whispers, maybe someday, and leaves you tethered to uncertainty. Wishing is even lighter, a fleeting desire with no force behind it. Belief, however, is a declaration to your consciousness. This is not only possible, it is inevitable. It is the internal framework upon which reality is built. When you believe, you are no longer negotiating with possibility. You are commanding it. Your thoughts, emotions, and choices begin to align automatically with what your mind accepts as real. Every action you take, every decision you make, becomes a brick in the structure of the life you envision. Belief is not passive. It creates the architecture of reality. This is why people who hold deep, unshakable beliefs move faster, notice opportunities earlier, and persist where others quit. Their inner certainty shapes outer results. Their financial foundation is strong because it starts from the inside out, not the outside in. The transition that belief triggers is more than a change in thinking. It's a shift in identity. You stop seeing yourself as someone struggling to survive. You begin seeing yourself as someone naturally equipped to attract, manage, and expand wealth. When your identity aligns with abundance, your external world follows without struggle. Belief is the unseen scaffolding beneath every manifestation. Build it first, strengthen it with emotion, and watch as your external reality rises to meet it. Your wealth begins not with money, but with the unwavering certainty of who you are. Your imagination is far more than a place for daydreams or fleeting thoughts. It is a creative workshop, a laboratory where the blueprint of your financial reality is drawn before it ever appears in the physical world. Every millionaire, every successful entrepreneur, every person who has created real wealth began in this invisible space, not with spreadsheets or meetings, but with mental movies of what they desired. A mental movie is more than simply thinking positively. It is a vivid, sensory-rich experience of already having what you want. Imagine not just seeing the money, but feeling its texture, hearing the sounds around you as your life shifts, sensing the emotions that come with ease, freedom, and abundance. The more detail you give your mind, the more it accepts it as a real possibility. Your subconscious does not differentiate between imagined experiences and physical experiences. It responds to specificity. Picture yourself walking into your dream office, touching the polished desk, feeling the smoothness of the chair, hearing the quiet hum of productivity around you. Imagine receiving a call that brings a new opportunity. Feel the excitement in your chest, the anticipation, the energy pulsing through your body. See the contracts being signed, the celebration of milestones, the gratitude in the people around you. Let it feel real. Let your body respond. Your subconscious is listening, observing, and learning. Each vivid mental movie rewires old patterns of limitation and plants the seeds of new possibilities. When you repeatedly rehearse wealth in this way, your internal state begins to match your vision, and your actions naturally align with what your imagination has already accepted as real. This is not wishful thinking. This is creation in motion. And it all begins with the movies you play in the theater of your mind. To accelerate your financial reality, you must learn to live in the end, to step fully into the consciousness of the person you are becoming, not the one you are now. This is the practice of acting from your future self, the version of you that has already achieved the wealth, freedom, and impact you desire. This is not pretending. Pretending is a surface-level act, a mask worn over fear or doubt. Embodying, however, is internal alignment. It is allowing your thoughts, emotions, posture, speech, and decisions to reflect the reality you are creating. It is living from a place of certainty and ease, not desperation. When you embody your future self, everything changes. Decisions that once felt risky now feel natural. Conversations shift. You speak with confidence and authority. Opportunities that you previously ignored or dismissed suddenly appear within your awareness. Your priorities realign with abundance, rather than scarcity. The way you move through your day, the energy you bring to interactions, even the problems you solve, begin to reflect the capabilities of someone already operating at a higher level. Your external circumstances will always follow your internal state. When your identity shifts first, your reality bends to match it. By living in the end, you stop chasing wealth and start attracting it. By acting as if you are already the person who commands success, you magnetize experiences, relationships, and resources that mirror that identity. The question is not whether you will become wealthy, it's who you are choosing to be right now. Step into that identity, and everything else will naturally fall into place. Words are far more than symbols. They are commands your subconscious mind obeys. Every phrase you speak about money carries energy, shaping the reality you experience. Scarcity words, I can't afford it, I'll never have enough, money is hard to come by, act like magnets, pulling your life toward limitation. Abundance words, on the other hand, how can I create it? I am capable of more than I imagine. Money flows easily to me. Signal your mind to expand, to seek opportunities, and to align with growth. But it's not enough to simply repeat these phrases mechanically. The emotional conviction behind your words is what transforms them into creative power. When you speak from belief, from certainty, from the deep knowing that your desires are already in motion, your subconscious mind accepts them as truth. Your nervous system responds as if these statements are reality, guiding your thoughts, actions, and decisions toward outcomes that match your words. Start noticing how often your language reinforces limitation, and then intentionally replace it with empowerment. Transform, I can't afford it, into, I'm discovering ways to create abundance. Shift, I'm stuck financially, into, I am learning to thrive at a higher level. Infuse each declaration with feeling. Let your body and mind align with the statement as if it is already true. Your words are not passive. They are spells, energy vibrations, invitations to the universe. Speak with purpose. Speak with belief. Speak as if the life you desire is already yours, and watch reality begin to echo your language. Emotions are not just reactions. They are energetic signatures that broadcast your inner state to the universe. Fear, worry, and frustration send one frequency, scarcity and doubt another. Abundance, gratitude, and joy emit a frequency that naturally attracts circumstances, people, and opportunities that resonate with it. Your external world is a mirror, reflecting the dominant emotional energy you project. The power of this principle is that you do not need your bank account, job, or investments to change first in order to feel wealthy. Abundance is accessed internally. It begins with your emotional choice, the deliberate activation of feelings that align with the life you desire. You can prime yourself each morning by imagining financial freedom and fully experiencing the sensations it brings. The relief of having bills covered, the excitement of pursuing opportunities, the confidence of living without limitations. Even small, sensory-rich exercises create measurable shifts. Feel the warmth of a successful conversation, the lightness of paying for a purchase without worry, the thrill of supporting others effortlessly. These moments are not fantasies. They are emotional primers. They teach your nervous system, your subconscious, and your mind to accept abundance as familiar, safe, and inevitable. When you consistently operate from these emotional states, scarcity loses its grip. You begin attracting experiences that reflect your inner frequency. Wealth stops being a goal at the end of a long road. It becomes a natural expression of the energy you are already radiating. Your feelings are the magnet. Your reality is the response. Master the frequency, and the universe will align to meet it. One of the most common mistakes in wealth creation is obsessing over the how. People focus so intensely on the exact steps, the precise timeline, or the specific outcomes that they inadvertently block the flow of opportunities. The universe does not respond to micromanagement. It responds to alignment. When you cling to one path, you close yourself off to possibilities beyond your imagination. This is where strategic detachment comes in. Think of it like planting a tree. You prepare the soil, plant the seed, water it, and ensure it gets sunlight. But you don't dig it up every day, checking to see if it's growing exactly the way you imagined. You trust the natural process of growth. Your job is aligned action, your responsibility is intention, but the exact unfolding belongs to forces greater than your immediate perception. Detachment is not passivity. It is focused presence combined with release. It is caring deeply about your goal while surrendering control over the path it takes to reach you. When practiced consistently, it dissolves anxiety, opens your mind to synchronicities, and allows inspired actions to appear effortlessly. Faith is the cornerstone. Trust that your inner alignment and clarity have already set the wheels in motion. Opportunities, connections, and breakthroughs will appear in ways you cannot yet see. Your role is to hold the vision, feel the reality, and respond when called. The moment you master detachment, you move from forcing results to allowing abundance, from desperation to ease, from limitation to the effortless flow of creation. Gratitude is far more than polite acknowledgement. It is a powerful amplifier for abundance. When you cultivate genuine appreciation, you send a signal to your mind, body, and the universe that you are ready to receive. Gratitude raises your emotional frequency, aligning you with the energy of wealth rather than lack. The most potent form of gratitude is not just for what you already have, it is for what is on its way. Feel thankful for opportunities you haven't discovered yet, for the financial breakthroughs preparing themselves behind the scenes, and for the doors that have not yet opened. By expressing appreciation for the unseen, you create an internal expectation of abundance, priming your subconscious to recognize and accept it. Notice the small signs of prosperity around you. A discount you weren't expecting. A stranger's kindness. An unexpected call or message. Even finding a coin on the street or receiving a gift triggers alignment when acknowledged with intention. These micro-abundance signals are the universe's way of saying, you are on the right path. By consistently practicing gratitude, you magnify the flow of wealth in your life. It is not wishful thinking. It is preparation. Appreciation tunes your mind to abundance, making it impossible for scarcity to dominate your experience. Gratitude is the key that unlocks more of what you already deserve. Manifestation is not about waiting idly for money to appear or circumstances to magically improve. It is alignment-driven action, moving in harmony with your vision while remaining attuned to the subtle guidance of your intuition. The universe communicates constantly, often in ways that feel small, fleeting, or almost invisible. These signals can arrive as sudden impulses, spontaneous ideas, or a persistent nudge in your mind or body. You might feel an unexpected urge to call someone, explore a new venture, or attend an event. You might think of a creative solution out of nowhere. These are not coincidences. They are your subconscious, your higher self, and the universe conspiring to guide you toward your next step. Acting from this place is profoundly different from action driven by fear, desperation, or pressure. Alignment-driven action feels energizing, natural, and effortless. It expands your capacity, draws opportunities to you, and flows with the rhythm of your life. In contrast, actions taken from panic or scarcity create friction, resistance, and wasted effort. The key is awareness. Notice the ideas that ignite excitement in your chest, the impulses that make you feel alive and capable. Trust them, move, and watch as doors open that previously seemed invisible. When action emerges from alignment rather than anxiety, you become a magnet for the exact experiences, people, and opportunities needed to bring your vision to life. Manifestation without inspired action is stagnation. Action without alignment is struggle. Combine the two, and you create unstoppable momentum. Now, take a moment to recognize the resources you already hold within you. Your mind is capable of imagining realities beyond what your current circumstances suggest. Your emotions are fuel, driving your desires into tangible experiences. Your vision maps the future you intend to create. Your actions, when aligned with your inner state, are the bridge connecting thought to reality. Everything you need to create wealth is already present inside you. The only missing element is your conscious decision to claim it. This is the turning point, The moment where you move from passive hope to deliberate creation. The clarity, certainty, and readiness you feel right now are signals that you are prepared to step fully into abundance. Do not wait for external validation. Do not wait for conditions to be perfect. Your readiness is the signal that the universe has been waiting for. When you declare your intention with confidence and embody the state of already having what you desire, reality begins to shift in response. Stand tall. Breathe deeply. Step into the version of yourself who is already wealthy, already empowered, already abundant. Claim your life. Claim your freedom. Claim your wealth now. This is your moment. The future you desire is already reaching toward you. Take it. As we draw this session to a close, remember this: you are not here by accident. You are here because your consciousness is ready. Your mind is ready. Your soul is ready. The truth of your abundance has always existed within you, patiently waiting for your awareness to awaken it. Your readiness is a signal, a beacon that the universe recognizes. Every insight, every feeling, every shift you've allowed today is part of a greater orchestration, guiding you toward your highest potential. Trust that process. Trust yourself. Trust the timing and flow of your journey. Step into your life knowing that you are chosen, not by chance, but by the alignment of your inner truth with the limitless possibilities of existence. Carry this energy forward. Live from the end of your desires. Act from certainty, speak with conviction, and embody the abundance that is your birthright. You are capable. You are ready. You are wealth in motion.